Hello, my name is Greg DuPont. I'm an attorney with the law firm at DuPont in Bloomingdale. We are advocates for your wealth and your health. The focus of my practice is estate planning. And I've asked a lot, what is probate and do I need to be concerned about that? The answer is a qualified yes, you do need to be concerned about it. You see, probate is a process established by law to transfer assets of a deceased from one generation to the next. The probate of an estate involves a will, and it involves assets that are in the name of the deceased alone. So a lot of people are mystified by this. Understand that the probate process in Central Ohio is nothing to be scared about, but it's not something to not be concerned about. You see, the probate process involves all assets that are in your name when you pass away that are not otherwise stated where they go. So, for example, a house that is in your name alone, a bank account that is in your name alone, or a car, or the stuff in your house. Theoretically, those are all probate assets. And although the probate process in Central Ohio is fairly streamlined, when you have assets that are in a probate estate, they're exposed to creditors, they're exposed to public disclosure, and if you have no will, the law will control where they go. So how do we avoid this, and why would we avoid this? As I mentioned, when you have a probate estate, the assets of that probate estate are subject to your creditors and the cost of administration. So many times people are told what you need to do is have a trust. Fund a trust so you can avoid probate. And while that may be the case for some people, it's not the case for all people. See, what a trust does is provides a legal structure that owns your assets. And it also directs where they go upon your passing. So with a properly funded living trust, if you pass away, your assets do go to the beneficiaries of your trust without going through the probate process, without being exposed to estate creditors, such as expenses of a last illness. So, do we need a trust? Do we need to avoid probate? Well, avoiding the probate process is a prudent thing. But a trust is not the only vehicle to do that. For example, your life insurance that states who the beneficiary of the life insurance policy is. It does not go through probate. A bank account that's joint with somebody else with rights of survivorship does not go through the probate process. A home that's owned jointly with somebody else does not go through the probate process. So all of those assets I just spoke of are not subject to probate, so we call them non-probate assets. Do you need a trust to avoid probate? Not necessarily. Those are some of the tools I mentioned. There are more. So, if you want to find out whether the probate process should be a concern for you and your family, and what would be the best way for you to minimize costs, potential exposure to estate creditors, and minimize family friction down the road, feel free to contact us. The number's below.